Last time on DVD, we got surprisingly interrupted by the unfortunate, I want to say, crash? Steam crashed, and I think it didn't go back on for like 10, 15, almost 30 minutes afterwards, so we cut the stream a bit short, unfortunately. But fortunately enough, if we go over to boop, there it goes. If we go over to our guide, I was able to save the work that we had put in, so nothing was lost when everything went to shit. We did have a tiny bit more Oni to fill out, and this time, unlike the Cenobite, this one's actually necessary. So, let's try and put our headspace back into that as we go into today's game. But I think for the start of this, let's actually begin with excuse me. The Wheel of Killers. Patent pending. I thought, you know what? Let's at least start with some excitement. Let's spin the wheel, see what character we are going to be playing as next, and then we'll finish up the Oni, and then we'll just jump right into a game. So, are you ready? I can't hear you. No, really, I can't hear you. What? Please, someone clap. Please clap. Da 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 da. Bam. It is. Oh. The Nightmare. Interesting. Okay. That is a very interesting choice, Mr. Wheel. That is... Ooh, okay. Alright, we'll get into why that's an interesting choice. I think I mentioned it a couple days ago on the first stream of this. But we will get into it later. Right, so what were we doing with this? We had the last bit stating the Demon Strike from Demon Dash into everything. I completely forgot. Damn it. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Shit. Alright. I really do need to put down notes. Where's a piece of paper? There we go. Piece of paper. Grab that. And my mechanical pencil. Put all the stuff that was on the piece of paper back on the thing. Move things around, make it a thing. Okay, so write down here. We need to revisit Cenobite and Oni. There's probably going to be a few more later on, but there we go. That's going to be our note for later to remind me that I have to go back and double check some things on those killers. But with that said, let's actually go over here and write in killer recommendations. So the evolution from Hillbilly to Oni is one thing. Who is going to be... Who is someone that I would say you can go and play after you play the Oni? The pig could be a good one. It's got a decent charge with some weird mechanics, which I wouldn't say totally. It's close. Blight. We'll definitely put Blight on the list. Blight. And... Ooh, the Mastermind. Mastermind is definitely a good Arc Cell upgrade. Do we want Kresu? No. No, and Houndmaster is a not that either. I would say, knowing his playstyle, the Ghoul, but I haven't played the Ghoul before, so I'm not going to put that in. Same thing as the Good Guy, or Chucky. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. I think that is pretty good right now. Blight and Mastermind, and then maybe a couple others as we move forward. Again, once we have finished all of this, we're going to put some final touches, and those final touches do also count as killer recommendation revisits. So, okay. For the moment, the Oni is also taken care of. Lovely. So let's go back over to the game. And over to the Nightmare. Now, the reason why I'm a little nervous about playing as the Nightmare right now is because I actually haven't played him since his retool, and that was a while ago. In fact, I never really played him that much even before I got before his retool as well. He was an interesting killer, but I definitely think the refresh of him made him better. So we will see how that goes. Let me take a sip of water and we can begin. So, let me try and remember how this guy plays. Like Survivor also makes them to the dream world. Okay, so this is a semi-stealth killer, in a sense, because you have the ability to transport survivors into the dream world. Hopefully they don't become dream warriors. When they are not in the dream world, no one knows where the fuck you are, which is great. But once they have been sent into the dream world, either by meter filling up or you hitting them for the first time, they are then affected by your special dream abilities, dream snares and dream pallets. You can put down little slowing pools on the floor, I believe, and also make fake pallets appear in places that were either broken or non-existent in the first place. So he's a very tricky fake-out kind of killer. You also can do a teleport. However, it's a finicky teleport that works quite well because it teleports you next to generators. But, yeah, there are some things... There are some things with it that can be a bit fiddly. Let me reread. Fills over time. Once survivors fall asleep, they enter the dream world, affected by the oblivious status. Oh wait, no. Once you're in the dream world, they're oblivious. Yes. Okay, that's actually even better. There is a way for the survivors to wake up, air quotes, or get out of your dream world. There's alarm clocks scattered all over the place that help them wake up, which then, when they are not in dream world, all your shit just stops working to them. So you have to make sure that everybody is sleeping. Basic attack also puts them... They do have like a little bit of a buffer when they wake up, though. So you can't immediately put them back into the dream state. Survivors wake up by failing skill checks, having a wake survivor perform wake-up action, or using their alarm clock. Yeah, there's quite a few ways. Awake survivors here, terror radius, see him intermediately, and cannot see him beyond that. Yeah, he's got kind of an Unri ability of being kind of in and out of reality. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, the real stuff here, though, is the dream snares and pallets to fake out people. Because it does what? Hinder? Yeah, there's some slowdown you can do to people. Dream move quickly in a straight line, though walls do not... through walls, not ledges. Survivors by the dream snare add time to their sleep meter. If they are awake, while sleep survivors will be hindered. Oh, good to know. That puts... Oops, nope. That puts them to sleep a little bit more. Dream pallets. Press the power button while targeting dream pallet to rupture it. Oh, yeah, you can explode your pallet traps and either do sleep or do an injury. I forgot about that. And then dream projection, hold the ability button to teleport to a generator. That generator or survivor performing a healing action. Oh, I remember that was huge. Near teleporting, all nearby survivors add time to their meter. Temporarily revealed for each survivor in the dream world. The cooldown is reduced. Yep. So there's some stuff. There's some real cool stuff you can do with the Nightmare, aka Freddy. But it's all about managing your time. I'm actually quite curious. This might take a couple rounds because, again, I am not as familiar with this character. Delay before dream pallet rupture. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna destroy delay. Cooldown on alarm clocks. Sleep gained by attacking people. Size of dream snares. That's not bad. Charge time to release dream snares. Increase the speed in which the dream snares travel. Oh, excuse me. Decrease sleep immunity. Increase time it takes for survivors to perform the wake up. Projection and cooldown. Dream pallets rupture radius. First dream projection, survivor drops a pallet. They are revealed. Unlocks the ability to use dream projection on survivors when they are revealed. Ooh, there's some... increase dream projection charge speed. We don't want to do anything too drastic to the changing of the abilities here, though. Because we want to learn the raw stuff. Total cooldown by 10 after hitting survivor. Increased duration of hindered. Dream snares no longer move. Remain active for 8. Get another one. Yeah, okay. I think what we've got here is good. Decrease the time it takes for things to rupture, and make the big old goo blob on the floor bigger. All right, we're gonna put in Fired Up because I'm a fan of Fired Up. I just am. I think we do need a generator perk. And ooh, no Nowhere to hide could be fun. Discordance. Game is afoot. And that's for obsession. That's for the obsession, though. Rancor. Trail of Torment. No, I'm already going to be quite hidden from the oblivious stuff. Damaging a generators regress faster. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Call of Brine, I think, sounds like a good choice. Let's then go with, what have we got on some of the lower perks? Just your stuff. What have we got for palette abilities here? Brutal Strength is just adding more to the fired up tank. Thwack is an okay search. Do we have anything? No, I don't have the perk. What's the perk I'm thinking of? I can't recall right at this second. Hex Blood Flavor. Ooh. If I put Blood Favor on, that I don't think will affect my own palettes. We'll put that on and see how that goes. That could be hilarious. Oh, wait, no, that's what it is. It was the tactics. I can see pallets' auras within 32 meters, and anyone who drops them, I can see for 5 seconds. That's what that is. And then here, when carrying a survivor, I can see other survivors. I think that's just... generally, that's fine. Everything else, yeah, no, I think that's a pretty okay setup for what I want. Unless I want to add more to the hindering. Now that's Hex Third Seal, that's for blindness. And Forced Hesitation, not necessarily the best. Alright, I think that's going to be a good start. Do I have any party streamers? I know I wouldn't have. Yes! I have party streamers. Woo! Party. Alright. We'll see how we go. Like I said, this is probably going to take a couple rounds for me to get my eye back in on this. But I do remember this was fun. The Nightmare is fun. So we will see how it goes while we do. New stuff came up. Rift Pass is back open. It looks like some things did get filled in from before. So all I have to do is complete one more quest. That's a survivor thing, so that's not going to happen. And I just have to complete 20 trials, which eventually will get done. So that's fine. Milestones have been reset, which is not the worst thing. They didn't exactly snowball this time, but I don't think I actually played a lot of Dead by Daylight this time, so they didn't build up as much as they did the previous time. And then, of course, we have the DBD Day community stuff, which I need to complete 4 more trials and, oh, destroy 4 more pallets. That's going to be interesting. And that's what, 50 points? Nice. That's going to be the good stuff. Oh, yeah, and he's also quite short. I mean, comparing him to some of the other killers, he's like half their size. Also, I think his model is from the not newer, I want to say remake of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, when they were doing that kind of stuff, not the older, original Freddy. Which is a shame. Oh, I know he is still alive. I don't remember his name, but the person that like, the synonymous Freddy, I can't remember his name, but he, like, I don't know what the deal was when this thing got put in the game. I would have loved to have him do some voice lines instead of this Freddy. Because the old original one is so much better, I feel. You know, I've not seen the remake of Elm Street there. I think it was okay. Same thing as the Friday the 13th remake at that time. But I'll be honest, I prefer the classics. In that, I prefer the B-movie vibes of the slashers. Interesting. Let's go. So I cannot do anything with the pallets. I can switch to snares and pallets. And I can add some here and there. Nothing around here. Let's be... Gonna want to switch to that. Somebody's around. I missed them completely. Didn't miss that one. Can I teleport? Good stuff. Where'd you go? Oh, I missed. Oh yeah, and of course that actually didn't do damage because she's not in the dream state. Alright, I'm gonna leave her alone for the moment. Oh, I can do that from quite the distance. And I have quite a few pallets to place down, actually. How far does this thing travel? Not far, but it is fast. Hi, welcome to my world. Bitch! Yeah, that is not far. Oh, and it takes a while to charge. Takes a hell of a while to charge there. Oh, there's a hook. There you go, wakey wakey. Oh, there's a lot of controls that I have to remember with this guy. Ow. You're over here. Yep, there you are. Thought you went the opposite direction. there. Got her. Yes! Don't know how I got her, though. Be real honest. Yeah, this is... Be real honest, this is actually a lot of information to keep track of. I'm gonna say hard to learn, hard to master. Oh no, that was a rupture, not a... I hear some things here, so let's kick that. Here I come, little one, gotcha, come in. There we go. Where'd you go? Over in this direction. Ow. Love to see that. Please don't flashlight me, you bitch. I'll also admit the reverberating echo is a bit of an interesting addition. I don't know if I like it. Oh, she is gonna try. Ooh. This is a tricky match. Gotcha. You can try and go around that. Oh wow, that actually has pretty decent setup there. Come on. Oh, that's actually a really good slowdown. Oh, fuck me. Nope, you're not gonna flashlight me this time, if that's what you were trying. Do I see somebody? No, I don't. I think what's hindering me is actually the fact that I can see all these fucking pallets. It's a lot of information. I've already gotten. Yoink! Didn't see that. I'll take it. I'll be very honest, I will take that. Is there the hooks in the basement? Yes. Come here. Go on the hook. I'll take it. Alright, we'll move and change that. Can I teleport too? Oh, I can get a good teleport there. Yep, somebody's up there. That's not the one I wanted to go for. Alright, I'll take a couple scratches on the way out. Yeah, no, that was a bit of information overload on my end. GG's. Okay, we're gonna definitely turn off that pallet ability. Oh, God. That one is information overload for me. Alright, so that entire match was fucked up because of that perk, not the one we were playing, so we're going to want to change something there. I did get a lot of good stuff, though. Rift goes up, I get blood. Lovely. So, okay. I think Call of Brine was fine. Fired Up helped. It's just a minor buff as the match goes on, so that's okay. Awakened Awareness was also fine, though I didn't notice anything because there were too many glowy things all around. I am going to want... What am I going to want here? As a bonus perk thing. Scourge Hook? Pain Resonance? I'm not opposed to a little pain resonance. Nowhere to Hide also could be fun. But no. Remember Me. Again, I've said this before, I'm not usually an exit gate kind of person. But slowing, you know what? The fact that it is one of his perks, although it's only with the obsession. Other survivors open the gate 30% slower. Well, that's an annoying time to have that happen. Well, at least that one's just a spam message. That's good to know. I think we're okay. Just to swap off to Scourge Hook there. After the beep. Beep. Oh, nope. Oh, well, okay. I'm just going to talk right now so you can't hear what the message is because it actually wasn't spam. Fuck. Let me just mute. Yeah, that was actually an important message for my mom, not me. Alright, we're in, we're up, we are getting ready. Alright, so what can I discern from the nightmare that I could discern? He's got a lot of things going for him. You've got to keep track of a lot, and then placing traps and doing your snare. It moves fast, but not far. Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely say he's a hard to learn, hard to master. Because I'm giving benefit of the doubt for the what the fuck, because the information overload that I got was not from his base ability. So, we'll see how this next match goes. We did decently enough. Once we caught on to how the abilities work, there's a lot to keep on track of. The pallet traps are fine, but the rupturing of the pallets needs me to get used to that. The dream snare is fine, though the charge up for it took a bit longer than I thought, so I was always off timing on that. And the teleport I didn't really use, mostly because I couldn't tell where I was teleporting, again, from the perk I was using. So, we will see we learned some stuff, but not enough to be useful. I will say it's actually also getting kind of warm in my room, but I can't really open my windows because it's raining outside today. Let's begin. Ooh, I like this map. This is a little bit more open. Oh, I saw somebody. Oh, I see a couple people. Oh, that's right. Oh, wait, no. They have my terror radius. They don't know where I am once they're asleep. Hello. Fuck. Are you sleepy yet? Looks like they might be. Oh yeah, because you could also fake out a generator teleport as well. If I'm remembering correctly. There we go, that's fine there. Pallets come up pretty quickly. And you can scare off survivors from a generator, but that also counts slightly towards your teleport there. Did I just see somebody? Movement in the back? No. Eyes were indeed playing tricks on me. There you are. Yeah, that range. That range is a little weird. Did I get her? I did get her. Oh, no, I keep clicking when I mean to charge and charging after. Fuck. Alright. You're asleep now, you're fine. One. That's fine. Give me more pallets. No, and I keep swapping it and thinking I'm holding the... I am not playing well today, but I'm gonna chalk that up to... Yeah, no, I'm not doing great. Oh, that... Okay, yeah, that explodes late. You have to really have some foresight. I'm fine with hitting you. Back and forth. Oh, that's it. That also charges for a while. See that one? These people know what they're doing. Or I'm just being horrible. There we go. Alright, let's get that Scourge Hook going again. Around here. Yeah, you can definitely see all the pallets better. Ah, fuck. I was hoping he wouldn't actually... Oh, wow, that is a... Oh. That is a far... stronger palette, flashlight there. He has flashlight perks on him. I am going to go after you. There we go. These guys know what they're doing, but I can't tell whether it's in a trolly manner. That was the wrong thing again. There's so much. Hi there. And the swap delays that. Nope, got you in the end. There. Why don't you go into the basement? That'll be fun. I I have not seen the fourth person at all this entire game. Seed this up with some traps. Going after you now. That's not the right one you want to go for. Nope, they're off again. Alright, what can we do? What can we do? Oh, they are going. Where is he now? There. Yeah, the nightmare is hard to figure out. There is a lot of juggling. I'll still GG's. That was still good. Everyone did well. Oof. I'll grab this. Lovely. Make them scream. Make them dance. Okay. I'm at a bit of a weird point here because I've learned Nightmare. I think I've learned enough about Nightmare here to write something. However, I don't feel confident that it's actually would be a good entry. But I do have to do it. I'm trying to think. Do I need one more match, or do I really need to? Okay, what would I start with here? The intro would be something relating to Elm Street franchise, something about dreaming, little throwaway joke here and there. He's a real bag of tricks. He's got a bag of tricks. He's a bag of tricks type killer, which, coin a phrase, turn a phrase for myself here, that indicates him having a lot of little bits and pieces that all kind of fill together. Think also the Lich. The Lich is also a bag of tricks killer along with the Dark Lord. Like, they've got little things here and there that together make up a very interesting kit, but individually they can all be kind of a little weak. What would I even do with I don't know. What would I even do for his basics? What would I even write down? Like, it all just kicks, like, everything just feels advanced to me. What is his base kit identity? There's so much to keep track of. I really don't know. Is this going to be one of the first guys that I skip over because I really don't know? I mean, I was worried about this guy to begin with for the guide. I know that, like, there's a couple others that, even though I don't play a lot of, I can put down real simple. And like, the Trickster or something, and the Twins. That's stuff that writes itself. But this guy, I might need to have, like, just free time, try and figure this one out. Let me actually take a look here. Other than you, I mean, the new Myers, I played a lot of the old Myers, so I think the new Myers for me would be fine, even though he got a complete retool. Maybe, no, not even Xenomorph I would probably be okay with. Maybe animatronic too? No, I think, okay. Yeah, this was the only killer that I was really concerned about. So, unfortunately, alright, you're gonna have to go back on... No, wait a minute. I'm gonna put this... I'm gonna write this down. Study more. Nightmare. I'm gonna have to play some more matches with him. He is quite difficult to figure out. Okay, so he might actually be a what the fuck killer, because there are so many things you have to keep on top of. But then again, that could also be my inexperience with him. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna skip you for now. We're gonna skip the Nightmare. We'll still have him in the guide, but we'll kind of put a little asterisk. No, well, no, not the guide, the video description thing. I have a system. Don't worry about it. The Nightmare is going to have to be a skip for the moment. I think in normal Dead by Daylight streams, I'm going to have to play more of him, or on my free time for research purposes. Maybe even watch a few other people play him. Because that takes a while to get your head wrapped around. So unfortunately, we will not be writing. Or fortunately, depending on some of you watching this. Right. With that then, we're going to remove, boop, the Nightmare. Because we don't want to go back to them. And then we spin the wheel again. Who is... I was hoping... Oh. Yay. Now that's a killer I can put down. The Executioner. He had a slight retool. It's not major. It was mostly for his add-ons that he had a little tweak of powers. But the main kit of him still stays the same. He is, for me, a very fun killer because I go with a spaghetti build. Spaghetti! It's time for spaghetti! Everyone loves spaghetti. What did I have even on him for things? I know I had Trail of Torment, which was his power, which is a great perk. Makes me undetectable after kicking a generator. But doesn't transfer the terror radius, very different from the Unknown's ability. Game of Foot. When I'm chasing my obsession, the perk activates. Damaging generators and breaking walls and pallets gives you a haste bonus. So when I'm chasing my obsession, I gain bonuses for... bonuses for speed, but also, depending on how much time I have chased the survivor, they can, if they aren't previously, they can be my obsession. Cruel limits for blocking off vaulting abilities, so everyone can go through my spaghetti. And then deadlock to stop and make a little barrier with my spaghetti around a generator here. Maximum duration of rights and the recharge rate of that. Fun stuff. All right. The Executioner. Very powerful role, especially when he's one of the few killers that actually can outright kill you if you've been hooked enough times. One of the few. I think Myers now can do that as well, along with somebody else. I think somebody else can do it. Henri, that's it. But she has a completely other setup of abilities here. So, the Executioner has two things you have to keep in mind. Number one is the spaghetti. I think that's usually a good... For me, that's a good place to start. And I think that's where the basics are going to start in for this. Your barbed wire. I call it spaghetti because it's funnier. But you can lay down area of effect things, aka your barbed wire, and if survivors run through it, they become affected by it. And what is it called? Punishment, let's see. Rights. Yeah, they are affected by torment. Essentially, they have been affected, they have been scratched, and they have tetanus now from your spaghetti. If you down them, you can immediately send them to a specialty hook. Instead of picking them up and bringing them to a hook, you just do your ability, and they get sent to a box, and they are poked and prodded for a while until they have been rescued. It works the same as a hook. If this has happened to them, if they're on their second hook, and they are also affected by your Rights of Judgment torment, you can just outright kill them. Simple as that. But they have to have gone through barbed wire. That's the trick. So, basics number one for this guy is putting your barbed wire in everywhere, essentially. And that, in itself, already is a very good ability. But you also have a ranged-ish ability. Your, where's the punishment? Yes, your punishment. It's essentially a long sword strike. That's the part that takes a little bit of practice. The maneuverability of it can be finicky, and the range can be a little limited. Actually, I think it's close to the Nightmares, what we just saw, the Nightmares range. Maybe a bit shorter. Add-ons, though, because of his rework, change the length or width or both. You can do some silly stuff with the strike from the Executioner with its length. You can in a certain combination just have an attack that goes across the map. It is stupid and it is cool. But I don't do that. I tend to lean more into the barbed wire side of play. But it is cool to see that this guy can be played in multiple different ways with its strategy, with his strategy changed up in such. He's very versatile, and very cool to play. I think he's going to be also a hard to learn, hard to master. No, actually no. I think he's going to be an easy to learn, hard to master, because his abilities are quite straightforward. You put down things on the ground, and you have a ground ranged attack. But utilizing them and learning how to hit that ranged attack altogether is where the big mastery comes in. So he might be an easy to learn, hard to master killer. Also, he has a sinus infection, if you can't tell. Or breathing apparatus. He has a breathing problem. Alright, this is one I tend to play a little bit more of. So oh wow, we're jumping right in. So I think this will either A, go very well, or B, be the only match we see of the Executioner before we actually start writing some stuff up. Ooh, a bunch of invisible things. And then we have some party streamers as well. And, oh, someone who hasn't faced the Executioner enough times. I think it's 5 or under, around 5 or under, where that little info things pop up for the survivor. Alright. First thing we're going to need to learn how to do, or at least try and do here, is spaghetti! Your barbed wire. It does have specific things. There are some requirements for not being too close to generators and stuff like that. Alright, this hopefully will last a little bit. You do have to reapply it every now and then, just like a good ointment. Oh, nice. Okay, so see, she ran through my barbed wire. So, she is now affected by my torment. Where'd she fucking go? Did she go out the window? She went out the window. Alright. I am now undetectable. See, someone else ran through it. Fun, note to anyone who is a survivor fighting against the Executioner here, if you walk or crouch through the barbed wire, you won't actually be affected by its trail of torment. Alright, so this person is not affected by my stuff, so I'm gonna have to manually put her on a hook. Ugh, so much work. Who? What? You. Thank you. There we go. Good hit. Ah, see, this one is. So, we do our cage. You get sent to the box. And she will be rescued later on. Once she is rescued, though, the trail ability is removed. So they have to be reapplied. It's essentially just managing a status effect on your survivor. If they have the status effect, they will be affected by it. And you can do your stuff. If not, then you're gonna have to either chase them into your spaghetti. See? Look. Spaghetti! Alright, everyone seems to be over in this side of the map here. Boop, boop. There we go. No undetectable. Putting that right through all of this. No, they didn't come back for it. Everybody loves a plate of spaghetti. Hello. Yeah, see, the attack there is just a little slow. But... oh, someone fucked up a heal check or jumped through. Something that I don't hear. Just a little bit of... ah, see? She did it right there. She was able to dodge because she ducked through all of that. So this is where the new tallest generator is. Tallest generator? Most finished generator is. We want to have a little bit of space between. Alright, you are affected by my trail of torment. Therefore, we hunt you down. Go. Go right through that. Yoink. Oh, oh, I didn't get the yoink. There we go. I'm not good with the strike here. I'll be very honest. Oh, yay. Go back in your box. Stay in there. Think about what you've done. Alright, which one went off? I can't tell. Someone went over there. Spaghetti! There we go. It's a good one. The thing that is difficult about it... oh, fuck. I didn't mean to pick you up. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Sorry, gotta put you down there. My bad. Go back in your box. Go back in a box. Not in your box. Yeah, the thing about the... here, I'll show it off. The... oh, the turn radius actually has been adjusted. Oh, that's much more controllable. Oh, hi. I haven't hooked you yet. Let's go for you. Look at that. My spaghetti is gaining a bunch of stuff. Alright, now unfortunately... you were not Trail of Tormented, so I'm gonna have to pick you up manually. Ugh, work. Oh, good fucking save. I knew it was risky going through that, but I did it anyway. Not doing this one. If I can 3-gen, I will be a god. I think I let them hear me then. Who's there? No, they fucking vanished. Alright, we'll leave that alone for now. This one we want to do a little spaghetti around. And then this one over here as well. Missed that. Yeah, they're doing well. Now I'm undetectable. We're gonna go back up to this one. Because now yoink! There's the yoink. I'm okay with a yoink hook grab there. There it is. There's a hook. Hard to see the hook sometimes. Alright, that's fine. Oh, someone just got... barbed wired. They got Pamela Anderson. No, that's something completely different. I am doing okay. I won't say I'm doing great. However... Alright, I gotta step away from this lady, because... it feels like I'm kitty camping. Is no one going for her? That's a shame. Probably because I'm still a bit close. They're really not going for her. Well, that's mean. They all have to die now. Oh, and she got barbed wired. Yeah, I know where you were going. That's not a hard thing to figure out. Go in the box. That thing is gonna have some problems. Now, can I not kick this one more time? Yes, I can, but I think that's my last time kicking it. Someone got barbed wired. They're going up. Went the wrong direction. This, let me do that. Somebody's over here. Love to see it. Oh, you went through the wire. Alright, you I'm going for. Where the fuck do you think you're headed, Missy? Yeah, she's running to... There it goes. Get spaghettied. Boop. Dead. No, not long enough there. Missed that. Oh, and she ran through the barbed wire. I mean, as long as you don't run through the barbed wire, you should be good. Yeah, but then I keep fucking up the ranged hit. Go in the box. There you go. Yeah, I essentially, like, they were a little too focused on some of these other generators in the back. They kind of 3-gen, not necessarily 3-gen themselves, but the huge strength of the Executioner is zoning. You can lock down areas. Okay, no, that was a special ability that I would have. I think there was an add-on that lets me break. Lets me break pallets and breakable surfaces with my Executioner stuff. There we go. Spaghetti! Oh, I have a big feeling that the last person alive is just gonna let the last person... Oh, I misspoke there. I see birds. Oh, I hit something. Come on, girly. Go through my spaghetti. It's delicious. Your blood is the marinara sauce, after all. It's not safe, you know. Ooh, I did not think I was actually going to hit her there. That was an edge case. That was a massive edge case hit. Here, you go into the basement. You're the person I found first. Scrape the ground. No one escapes my spaghetti. That's my trick. Keep area denial. I will say, I love the area denial that the Singularity does, but it can be extremely oppressive because the cameras, I mean, they're cameras, essentially. This area denial is so much more interesting to me. Despite me, you know, loving the Singularity. Because it's actual area denial instead of surveillance. Alright. Hatch time. Oh. Hatch time. I heard that. She got close. If I didn't hear it, she probably would have escaped. Oh good, and this was always making them scream. Missed that. Alright, let's try Yeah, you can attempt to run. However... Alright, and now the kill is a little bit different than the final judgments, which I actually prefer. Stab, spin, twist. In you go. The Executioner, everybody. GG's. They did well. I will say, they eluded me for a very long time, a long part of that match. They were good, but I was better. Grab all of that beautiful, beautiful stuff. And we will move on to the actual section. Where are you in the... You're after the Demigorgon and before the Cenobite. After Demi. There we go. With that we do the... That's an M. That is how you spell that. Executioner. X, that's supposed to be an E, not an I. And, oh, yep, I-O-N-E-R. Okay, the Executioner. Let us choose a file to add. Here's Pyramid Head. In all his geometric glory. Bold up. We are gonna say he is easy. Oh no. Easy to learn. Hard to master. Oops. We're gonna put in our little doop dots there. Doop dots there. Bolden that up and put a little dash. Bolden it up and put a little dash. And then bold there for our killer recommendations. The advanced. No, one lower. There we are. Yep, there it is. Okay, killer commendations. And a little dash. Put one more space in between there, so that's an even string. All right. Let us begin, then. Shall we? Nope, there it goes. Okay, where do we want to start here? I don't necessarily have a mini blurb for him just yet, so maybe we'll start with the basics. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Okay. So, in what I was saying previously, his torment... So, he is good with area denial, and area denial / control. In what we were doing previously, the torment, or the way I play, obviously, his torment is torment is the main... No, I wouldn't say it's the main thing. His barbed wire is, in my eyes, the main thing you need to focus on first. Once you have the barbed wire down, in the advanced section, that's when his judgment cut comes into play. That's where you can kind of play around with all of that. Ooh, actually, I just had an idea on what to do with the intro blurb. And it should be about how versatile you can play this killer as. You can either lean into one of his two mechanics, or combine them both into an unstoppable juggernaut of punishment. I like that. Okay. And I have an intro start for it, too. From the fog. Ooh, actually, no. Because fog... Oh, okay. I was going to say from the fog, but that is a Dead by Daylight thing also. Not just a Silent Hill thing. So maybe instead... The Executioner is no stranger to fog. To the fog. I think fog gets capitalized as well. Or the fog. Stranger to... You know what? Foggy environments. Period. I think that's better. Then, the Executioner is no stranger to foggy environments. He descends. I like he descends. But what do we continue that with? He descends into Dead by Daylight. He descends into Dead by Daylight with what? He descends into Dead by Daylight with... No, maybe that's not... No, that doesn't work. I don't think that works. That doesn't work. The Executioner is no stranger to foggy environments. Ugh. I'm trying to come up with the words here. His could do it. His abilities lend him to very versatile strategies. His abilities lend him well to different hunting strategies. Period. Whether you focus on one element or combine them, he is a force of fear and punishment. Let's see here. The Executioner is no stranger to foggy environments. His abilities lend him well to different hunting strategies. Whether you focus on the element, on one element, or combine them together. It's easier just to say together rather than double guess yourself on how it's pronounced, how it's spelled. He is a force of fear and punishment. Mm-hmm. No, I need to spin in here area control. No, okay. His abilities, go back up here. Of area control, make him of area, his abilities of area control and long range strikes. Yeah, that one. Long range strikes. That's a good start. Where we go? Okay, his abilities of area control and we missed an and there. Long range strikes. Make him a solid threat. Make him a solid threat. Period. And then we go one more sentence about either using both or combining. You're focusing on one. Was it whether or not? Whether you, or if... Even if you focus... If you just focus on one of his abilities, or combine them together, or... Wait, no. He... I like he. Let's go with he. Because we already did his. No strangers to foggy environments. His abilities of area control and long-range strikes make him a solid threat. Maybe no matter... even if you just utilize one of his... Even if you just utilize one of his... what I want to say abilities... Maybe instead of his strength... okay. Strengths. His strengths. His strength. Is it his strength of area control or his strengths of area control? And no, it'd be plural. Because it's both area control and long range. Abilities. Okay, wait. The Executioner is no stranger to foggy environments. His strengths of area control and long-range strikes make him a solid threat. even if you just use one of his abilities. His strategic potential. His strategic... No. It's something about play style. Even if you focus on one... No. Something about him having a versatile play style. This is one killer that has multiple ways of playing him, and all are terrifying. And I don't know. No, this entire intro, I think it's something's wrong with it. No, I gotta remove all of that. All right, you know what? Let's start with the basics then, because we'll come together and figure out the end blurb afterwards. Okay. The basics. What are the basics? The basics are his area control. The Executioner's greatest strength is his area control. Period. I'm gonna have to check on what this stuff is called. Rights of Judgment. Power button to activate, move in any direction. When activating his Rights of Judgment, you will leave a barbed wire trail on the ground. While activating, charging your Rights of Judgment, comma, you will start leaving barbed wire on the ground. Period. If any survivors run through it, they will be affected by torment. Period. Okay, that's a good start. Now, do we want to still focus on the barbed wire element, or now moving to the torment part, and then we go a little bit... okay. The Executioner's greatest strength is his area control. While charging your Rights of Judgment, that needs to be capitalized, obviously. Rights of Judgment. While charging your Rights of Judgment... Okay, yeah, that doesn't... Oh, and that's not an whoa, that's a U. Charging your Rights of Judgment, you will start leaving barbed wire on the ground. If any survivors run through it, they will be affected by torment. After downing a survivor that's affected by torment, you can immediately send them to a hook state without picking them up. Period. You can immediately send them to a... I'm gonna air quotes hook here. Actually, because it's not a hook. And then state. You can immediately send them to a hook without picking them up. The strategy, the first strategy... Okay, that's basically what you do, but how is this learned? How do you do this. You conveniently send them to a hook state. Alright, how do we get into what you need to learn? Proper placement of... Proper placement of your barbed wire will help you speed... No, maybe speed. Proper placement of your barbed wire in the map. In the map. It's actually around the map. Will help secure quick kills. Period. There we go. Oh, that's not where the period goes. Took it a second there. We want between tight corridors and vault points. Between tight corridors and vault points. No, that doesn't feel right on that one. We want, what do we want? Laying around, no, proper placement. Proper management? Oh, proper management. No, because that doesn't really turn in, that doesn't go into locations. Spreading it? Ooh, spreading it. I like that as a sentence there. Spreading it near or between spreading, I like spreading it. Spreading it in front of or between pallet locations. There we go. Spreading it in front of or between pallet locations. Okay, that it starts that, but afterwards. Okay, spreading it in front, spreading it in front of or between pallet locations and vaulting spots will do I want to say guarantee? Do I want to say guarantee? That's a good question. Ensure? Ensure survivors will be run through it. Period. That seems right. Alright, let me read it. The Executioner's greatest strength is his area control. While charging your rights of judgment, you will start leaving barbed wire on the ground. Leaving a barbed wire trail. Oops. Trail on the ground. If any survivors run through it, they will be affected by torment. After downing a survivor that's affected by torment, you can immediately send them to a hook without picking them up. Proper placement of your barbed wire around the map will help secure quick kills. Spreading it in front of or between pallet locations Isn't it 2 P's and... Yeah, pallet. Isn't it? Okay, well, I'll get that in a sec. Spreading it in front of or between pallet locations and vaulting spots will ensure survivors will run through it. Okay, that's good. I'll be very honest, why am I always confused when I read pallet? I'm looking at... pallet. Yeah, it's L and 1 T. That's how you spell it. Good to know. That'll be useful later. Oh no, I closed. I'll open that back up after. Okay, so that's a good start. That's a good start to the basics. You have your barbed wire spaghetti go all over the map, and you have people get affected by torment, which then you can send them to Hook. That is essentially his really good base kit. But what's advanced is taking that also with the strike. I will point out, though, also, remember to reapply your barbed wire in... No, I think it goes into a comma there. You know what? No, we'll leave that alone. I was gonna say, remember to reapply it in certain places. But I think that's not necessarily a bit, not essentially a basic, or not essentially something to worry about necessarily. I don't know. Alright, into the advanced. What? Here we see it. Punishment of the Damned. Alicia Cage of Atonement. Doesn't really need to worry about that too much. That's just kind of an offshoot of the Torment. So yeah, now we go into Punishment of the Damned. Okay, do we go with the ability you'll need to practice? No, I think just going into your Punishment of the Damned, or the Punishment of the Damned. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Punishment of the Damned is... Okay, punishment... I like just starting there. Punishment of the Damned is your... ranged strike. Ranged strike. Period. Is your... Is it your... do I call it a ranged strike? Because... No, it is essentially a ranged strike. Oh, no. Extended. Extended. After charging your rights of judgment, you can unleash this ability to hit survivors a short distance away. Period. That doesn't get capitalized, but that does. After charging your rights of judgment, you can unleash this ability to hit survivors a short distance away. This is where practice needs to be... No, that's not with that. Not with practice needs to be taken. Using this in a chase. Ooh, I like that. Using this in a chase ability can be tricky. Period. No, I don't think that we want that. Using this ability in a chase... Using this ability in a chase is... Oh, learning. No, come on. Learning to use... Come on, get this ability in a chase. Is key, comma, but with a no, okay. Learning to use this ability in a chase is key, but it comes with it's but. I'm trying to put in the delay, but with its slight with its with its what? With its... Oh, come on. The word is right on the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming together. But with its... Let me read the entire thing. Punishment of the Damned is your extended strike. After charging your rights of judgment, you can unleash this ability to hit survivors a short distance away. Learning to use this ability in a chase is key, but with its wobbly... No. It's not floaty. We talked about floaty last time, but it's not floaty. With its wavering... with its wavering aiming, with its something aiming, something aiming, with its wobbly, I think wobbly aiming, and delay on what? Delay on strike? Delay on let go? On attack? Attack, it will take some time to get used to. Period. Alright, let me see how that works. Because that's a bigger sentence. It probably need to put a semicolon in there instead. Learning to use this ability in a chase is key, but with its wobbly aiming and delay on attack, it will take some time to get used to. It will take some time to... That's not what it is. It'll take some time to perfect. Judgment strike after changing your rights of judgment. Learn to use it as a key. Okay, what do we use this? What? How can you help? Try starting off. Try. It should be try. Try. Oh, we almost have it. We almost have it. Try. Striking? No. Try unleashing. Unleashing this ability. Unleashing this attack. Try unleashing this attack when... Survivor... Okay. Unleashing this attack when survivors are cornered or behind... attempting to pallet stun you. Period. There we go. Or attempting... There we go. There we go. Try unleashing this attack when survivors are cornered or attempting to pallet. Nah, maybe not cornered. Confined. We know pallets spelled like that. Is that how we do it? Cause you can predict. You can predict No, try unleashing this attack. No. Try unleashing this attack is good. Try unleashing this attack. Either after a survivor has vaulted, or no, that's not right. Either try unleashing this attack either after a survivor has vaulted, or survivor is vaulted is the second one. So we'll actually put a period there, and then I'll put or right there. Or after a survivor has vaulted. So what do we do this? Try unleashing this attack either in confined hallways. No, tight, yeah. In tight hallways. And they can't dodge. There we go. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Try unleashing this attack either in tight hallways or after a survivor has vaulted and can't dodge. I'm just going to remove they, because can't dodge just makes the most sense there. All right. I think that's good. So now we need the blurb at the beginning. What do we do with that? Do we start with how his playstyle can vary drastically depending on what element you focus on? That's actually not a bad idea. How do I start that, though? Depending on the executioner's no, wait. We talk about his variety, but in the tutorial here, we kind of go through just rather basic. So let's not focus on saying he has a very versatile toolkit, because that's not exactly what we went into when telling people how to play him. They can figure it out when they move forward and go through this all by themselves. I will say, I'm going to save right now. Let me look what this looks like. That needs to be extended more, but that's not horrible. Alright, looks good. Let's think. Come on. Think. What can we do here? Do we do triangle Chan? No, that's an in joke for somebody else. We have... What do we have? What can we do? What are you? What kind of inspiration can I get here? What kind of silent hilliness do we want to go with? As the fog rolls in, that's a good start. The executioner. You can hear the scraping on the floor. As the fog rolls in, you begin hearing metal scraping on the floor. Period. That's a good start. I actually like that start much better. What do we do then? Let me take a sip of water and think. Let me think. You know what? We'll think. Give me a minute. I need to go somewhere else for that. Let's think about killer recommendations here. There's a couple things I can think of. This is a floor-based killer, which is weird to say. There's not many of them. I know the trapper is there. The extended strike is definitely something to keep in mind. Ooh, I don't know. Who are we recommending this guy to? Or from? I actually don't know. There's not, like, he is his own weird, unique thing. And it's hard to pinpoint who would actually be who you would play as to get used to play after. He's very unique. Maybe no, not the Lich. I can't even think of any of the killers I don't own. The Houndmaster? I don't know. Let me check something here. We're gonna save that. Let me go on to the content here. Did I put down the executioner for the trapper? Hag, clown, skull merchant. No, I didn't. The only reason why I would think that is because putting something on the ground is kind of his MO, but not really. So the what kind of stuff here? I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know. Dark Lord? I don't know. I really don't know. God, you are a weirdo. You are a fucking weirdo. Because I wouldn't say he's a starter. Like, this is something you get recommended after you play a couple other killers. Because there are similar things inside. Like I said, the Dark Lord, and I don't know. Maybe the Plague? Technically, she's also an area denial, not area control. But I wouldn't say she's exactly the same here. I guess I'll put the Plague and the Dark Lord. Is the Dark Lord really? Oh, maybe the Knight. The Plague and the Knight, because area control. Plague, the Knight. Is there anyone else? I don't... Yeah, we'll just go Plague and Knight. Plague. And that's not how you spell plague. It's G-U, isn't it? The Knight. The Plague and the Knight. Yeah, no, none of the others. He is a very unique fucker. That's what makes him quite fun. Alright, let's finish up. Let's finish up the thing. As the fog rolls in, you begin hearing the metal scraping on the floor. The executioner comes for you. He comes for you. With that ass. No. As the fog rolls in, you begin hearing metal scraping on the floor. Try as you may, escape is unavoidable. Try as you may, escape is unavoidable. Let me put a comma right there. And... I mean, this is a cute little blur. It's a cute little blur, but we need to... We need to make it so you actually kind of know what you're getting into. Fog rolls in, you begin hearing metal scraping on the floor. As you try as you may, escape is unavoidable. With a versatile toolkit, strategy, your playstyle may... no, because that... fuck me. And I don't want to come back to this. Unlike the others, I'm not giving myself that out. I want to finish this one. But I feel like I've been doing this specific entry for a very long time, and I need to move on. I'm getting... Maybe it's because I'm getting kind of warm. I'm going to go open the window. It's not raining anymore, so... Let's see what it looks like. See what it feels like. Oh, yeah. That's nice and cool. It's got a nice cool breeze coming in. Now I just have to pay attention if it starts raining again. My water doesn't come through the window and soak my pillow. Okay. Get some air in here. Alright, what... Ooh, stretch. What do you get? What is there? Oh, fuck. Stupid writer's block. Stupid writer's block. Whether you focus on one of his... No, I really have nothing. I really have nothing. Damn it. Damn it. Fine, I'll put him on the list and we'll get back to fucking execution. Damn it. To be fair, I will say, not that I'm justifying my back and forth here, but, oop, that needs to be, No, one more, and then we'll fiddle with that after, save that. To be fair of what I'm saying, and what I'm doing here, even though I'm kind of just justifying it for my own mental fortitude, I'm trying mostly to just get a lot of entries down, and then after we can fine-tune some stuff. So hopefully when the majority of all of these guys are done and I go back and revisit everything, then I can do my tweaks. But it still doesn't feel good, goddammit, having to leave so many entries. But that is the creative writing spirit just really stabbing me right up the ass. Right. Let me go reopen the page here because I exited out of it. We will go on to da-da, the wheel. Who are we spinning for next? And I'm pretty sure that this will be the last one for the day. Wait, no, okay, hold up a second. I'm gonna redo that one, not because I don't want to play as the Plague, even though she's actually gonna probably be a very easy entry to do. The spin wasn't fair because I hadn't removed the Executioner, so technically it was skewed. So let's do that again. If it's the Plague again, I'm gonna be very So the Plague, then. The Plague. We shall play as the Plague. I don't want to play as the Kreisuf today. I really don't. I'll be very honest. Plus, there's still some things I need to figure out with her. So we will be... we'll do that another time. Still learning her as well. Right, so, the Plague. Fun fact about the Plague and me, this is the first killer that I got out of the base kit killers, and is one of the reasons why I wanted to play Dead by Daylight in the first place, because I thought her ability was really cool and weird. I wanted to be a Plague main, and then I played her and realized, she's okay. That didn't stop me from prestiging 6ing her. But now I've become an artist main, / others, and, well, more of a variety main people, not a singular killer. Doesn't matter. Plague was the first killer I played as, and, yeah, she's... I want to say she's noob-friendly. She's on the verge of noob-friendly and easy to learn, hard to master. but there's not really a lot of mastery to her, so she might just go into the noob-friendly category. Her ability is very simple. She vomits on you. Vomits on you, vomits on generators, vomits on your kids, your cows, your... Anyway, tried to do a quote there, but I misspoke. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow. That's, I was trying. Anyway, Vile Purge, she vomits on everything. And depending on if you vomit on an item or a person, well, let's go start with an item. If you vomit on an item, it will stay corrupted. Well, not corrupt. Corrupt is not the right word. It will stay icky for a amount of time. And if a survivor interacts with that icky item, they get infected. As the infection ticks along, they become into a different state, which it makes them broken, which essentially makes them exposed, but it's exposure with a couple extra steps. You can also vomit on the survivors and quicken the infection process. So that's usually a good. You're going to be vomiting all over the place while you're in a chase. So that you only need to hit them once instead of twice. You can also ingest corruption. Now, to cleanse the status of the infection for the survivors, they go over to some fountains. I want to say fountains. And they wash themselves off and they cleanse themselves. They are off the infection. However, when they do that, they infect the pool of water that they just cleansed themselves in, and the plague can ingest that stuff. And the vomit purge that she does turns into a damaging mouth beam, essentially. So you can then have a pretty decent ranged attack that you can spray all over the place, and if anything hits the survivor, they get damaged. In the normal vomit purge, that doesn't do any damage, but the corrupted purge does damage. It's very... it is very simple to understand. I think the only thing that would be tricky is balancing between the vile and the corrupt purges. And then there's some strategies that you can, kind of play around with after that. Some of the things I do here is more pools of devotion, which is what the survivors cleanse in. And after I ingest something from the pools, anything within my terror radius screams and reveals their location. So I kind of have a weird radar system going on with my plague. Although I haven't played with her in a very long time, hence why I have no perks on her at the moment. But we can change that. What do I have here? Strider. Breathing of survivors in pain is louder, and regular breathing is louder as well. I'm not sure if that affects the people that are coughing or infected by my vomit. But it's also a good way of locating survivors. I just noticed. Yoink. Make them scream. Oh. And we chase. That'll help me with that. Okay, so what do I need as the plague? What do I think complements quite well? Well, the fact that I'm going to be going around the map and vomiting on everything, I'll know... I have an okay map awareness thing. If I remember where I vomited and I see a survivor suddenly become infected, I'll know, oh, they're in one of the places and interacted with the thing I just vomited on. So I can go back and check that. Plus, I have my Pools of Devotion radar thing. So, information-wise, I'm okay. The real thing comes from pressure. Me chasing a survivor or getting them to the full infection state to hit them for one is where I need to get. So I think when the infection loses in health state, terror rate is transferred to the obsession. Dark Devotion. Oh yeah, it's also a plague thing, so Dark Devotion I actually do want to put on you. Cause that's a fun one. Would that work? You know, maybe we'll retool it after. Dragon's Grasp. That makes somebody exposed, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily the best here. Dying Light. Ooh, does save the best for last. I'm gonna actually, can I say... There we go. Save the best for last. Earn a token for successful basic attacks that is not dealt to the obsession. Each token gains stackable when you hit it the obsession with a basic attack or special attack. Alright, that's what I wanted to know. My Vomit is a special attack. So that counts, and we're gonna have to take over. Ooh, what about Broken? Because that's the status that she becomes. Survivors who take a protection hit are inflicted with the Broken status. Survivors reaching 75% health progress while self-healing are faced with a continuous skill check. And when the exegates are powered, the perk activates while Terminus is activated. Injured, downed, and hooked survivors are inflicted with Broken. No, I wanted something that inflicted something when broken. So that's not going to be that. Gearhead could work, but not really. Devour Hope. Hunter's Lullaby. Always fun, but not quite there. Basic attack or special attacks applies blindness. You know what? Blindness would be fun. Blindness for this works. And whenever a healthy survivor becomes injured, Oblivious. Because, yeah, she kind of works good with an injury build. But I have to keep multiple people injured. Oh, wait, no. When you are broken, that counts as being injured. Because you have a strike on you. So, actually, Hysteria is not the worst choice here. So, Wendigo. Injured. Unlocks potential between one's aura. The auras of injured survivors who are healing. No, we just want... When hooking survivor, all injured survivors suffer from the hemorrhage and exhausted. We'll put that on. And either one of two trapped hexes. All survivors suffer the exposed. Hubris is injuring me. Iron Maiden is that. Scourge of Gifts of Pain. That's Starstruck. Nurse. Each injured, dying, or hooked survivor, all survivors receive a penalty. If all four, they have a bigger penalty. And the other one's down here. Whenever you start a chase with a survivor, reveal the aura of all other injured... Ooh. Ooh. There is some potential here to be a little mean. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, you can see. Look, I have Frightful Flan. it gets the 106. I think that's when I started playing. 6th year, I think that's when I started playing. Anyway, that's not the point. Point is, we're playing as the Plague right now. Her entry should come together fairly quickly as well. I do believe, like I said, she's extremely easy to understand. The only question is, do I want to put her in the noob-friendly category or the easy-to-learn, hard-to-master category? That is indeed the question. Because I haven't played her in a little while, so this might indicate whether I get a really good kill streak going here. We will find out. With that said, also, I have a good amount of blood points. I should probably put it into... Well, the Kresu is almost at level 2 there. Who was the other person I had leveling up before she popped in? Because I've almost got everyone to level 3. Comparatively to that. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, 7. 7 more to level 3. I think it was the Andre I was doing stuff with. Alright. Now, I will say, there are some people that do not like playing against the Plague. I can totally understand that. But, I mean, there's varieties of killers. She's not the most toxic killer out there, even though her theme is being literally toxic. Oh yeah, because I have her bloody form. Oh, that's Frosty Eyes. No, we're gonna go with you. We've got, oh yeah, we got the Moth one, even though the Gumball one is pretty fun. And I've got the Blood Mask is good. Then I got the 5th and the 4th. Alright, we're good. And then I have a Greek theme to her. Even though I don't think she's Greek. Or a mythos thing. She feels like Greek or Roman mythology. Even though I'm not technically sure she is. I actually don't know. It's definitely, like, Southern European, like, something. Maybe she is Greek. I honestly don't know. I've read her story and I can't remember. Ooh, alien world. Let's have some fun then. So yeah, we get to charge. Depending on how long you charge, you will either vomit a little bit or a lot. And it doesn't really matter. Doesn't necessarily matter whether or not boop, boop. Someone's around here. There we go. Vomit on those. They'll be back. See, it's got a there she is. It's got a decent little range. There she is. Hi there. Oh, you didn't get vomited on. Gotcha. For some reason, they just vanish like that. I do like her voice. That is one of the things I did like about her. Someone just did. Ooh. That helps. That helps a lot. almost. See, now that I have my range going... Ah, fuck, I keep mistiming that. There it goes. Oh, you bitch and a half. They did that. Show thyself, you harlot. Oh, they popped 2 generators. Didn't realize that. Nope, didn't charge it long enough. Oh, good duck! Yeah, obviously I'm doing horribly here. Reapply that. Now I don't want to do you yet. Apply that. I don't know what it's about, but survivors have been so quick when it comes to fixing generators. You. Gotcha. There. I got you as well. Come on. Let's hit that hysteria. Interact with it. Come on, keep applying it. There it goes. Ooh, almost got him this time. Fuck. Alright, I need to go and look at generators. Fucking hell. I played horribly this round. Oh, she didn't actually leave. Go. Yeah, no, I did not play great. Yeah, they all they all left. Fuck. Might as well GG's that. Yeah, look at me. I got only 10,000. I will say, not the strongest of killers. You really have to know what you're doing. I did not. Alright, some of this Strider, knock it off. Blood Echo. Usual survivors suffer from the hemorrhage and exhausted. I don't think Blood Echo did very well for me. Wandering Eye is okay. And Hysteria was okay as well. We need a generator perk. I mean, there's a reason why Corrupt Intervention is a plague skill. We need a generator work. What do we have? Oh, machine learning is fun. But I don't know if that's going to be useful for this. Nowhere to hide could be good as well, but... Suffer speed penalty. No, it's only one person having a fucking bad time. That's the cursed generator. Do I do Hex Ruin? Put that on for the moment. Oh, we could go Oppression. That's a whole lot of generators at once. Yeah, let's... no, because that kind of can't... That would kind of fuck up machine learning. So you know what? Yeah, let's... Oh, wait, no, also, that cancels out machine learning, because that would mean I can't kick a generator until Ruin goes away. So, no. Surge with a basic attack doesn't really work, because Vomit is special. Merciless Storm works. That actually pairs very well with machine learning. Oh, cancel that. Let me actually... You know what? Let me change up these perks here. No longer affects survivors. Increase object infection duration by 40 seconds. Infection from... increases infection from infected objects by 100. Increase devious blood points. So basically, the things I infect stay infected longer. Survivors who cleanse at fountains have their auras revealed. Increase object infection duration for 20, so I could actually make it like a minute. I'm gonna keep this on. Increase cooldown. Number of pools. Ooh, decreasing the number of pools and having... Okay. Let's make people sick. Decrease cooldown of Vile Purge and Corrupt Purge. Object infection duration for 30 seconds. Increase the effectiveness of Vile... Effective? Yeah, yep. And then more pools going into... having more pools means that you have more chances of getting your Corrupted Purge, but it more turns out for not that the survivors become less infected and your ability literally becomes nothing. So, making the things I infect more infectious for longer and not having many pools to cleanse themselves at. Oh, I could. You know what? Let me actually just do the simple stuff, because if they're going to be infected for longer, then they're going to want to cleanse themselves. Also, now I have to remember that my Vile Purge doesn't increase infection rate. So vomiting on them continuously during a chase isn't going to help much. Alright. Let's go. Let's all have some fun. Let's all vomit on everyone. Oh, someone had some streamers. Lovely. Oh, we got an invitation and a cake and some pudding. Oh, this is gonna be a great party. Ooh, and someone that hasn't fought the plague much. To be fair, plague doesn't usually get played much. She's a bit more of a niche killer because she's not that effective. People rank her very low. Understandably, but I've said it before. Ranking doesn't really matter if you can utilize the killer 100%. How many pools? No, not many. Was this the mini version? I can't tell. There's a smaller version of this map. Alright, let's vomit on you. Vomit on you. Oh no, there's the Eerie. Vomit on all of that. Vomit on all of that. Oh, that's not an Eerie. Did I get the did I get it? I think I got it. Where'd that Soma person go? It doesn't matter. Knocked you up. Gotta remember, this stuff can last longer. Oop, nope. Miss vomited. Ooh, and they're being infected real quick. They're not even bothering. Oh yeah, these guys must actually, you know what? It's probably because these guys are veterans, and they know that just sometimes powering through the plague is the better choice, though I disagree. That person's probably the one that... There they are. Up you go. Okay, see this is way more effective. Please stop. And I was right. Hysteria does count for my infected people. Alright, Soma, that's 2 for you, which means you're out for a little while. Yep, cleanse, all of you cleanse so that I can get my purge. The fuck was that noise? Oh, that was my machine learning. Because that's the last one I kicked. Oh wait, that doesn't do that. Okay. learned. Hello, Alan. Good strike. Good one. Good one. Alright, they've all done that. The whispers. So many whispers. No, I don't want it. I don't want you. I'll leave you alone. Yeah. There we go. We'll just infect some more things. We'll stay infected for longer. They are spread out. Wrong side. Damn, that brown perk really fucking makes him go. Yep, you get purged. And you are right there. There we go. Down for the count. I have not seen the... a little too soon there. There we go. Does that not... Yeah, oh yeah, that doesn't work on you. There we go. That's infected now. Where is the last fucking person? Reapply that. I really don't know. There we go. I see that. I saw that. Missed. Shit. Leaning forward. There we go. There we go. Come here. On the hook. Ah, I see you. I see you. I'm just gonna break this pallet. That can be infected too. Get you out of here. Beautiful. Where is Alan? This is actually one of my... This was actually a much more successful... successful plague run here. He's being nice. Now you can go. You can go. You can leave. That was a good match. They played very well. That was a much better. Oh yeah, cause she sometimes is called a vommy mommy. All right, how do I do the heart? No, fuck it. I needed that to complete my. Oh, your tome. Well, nice. That's nice. Good. 4 pallet stuns in 1 trial. Well, you're welcome. Yay! I'm so glad I helped somebody with that. Let it be immortalized! Okay, with that then, done, we have the plague to enter. Add a section. We go with the P-L-A-G-U-E. That right? G-U-E. Yeah, okay, got it right this time. Yay! Alright. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't wrong. We go with choose a file. Plague Girly. We go insert there. Okay, after playing her for a little while, I don't think I'm going to put her into noob friendly. Because she does have some tricky downsides. And a little bit of managing of her power. So I'm going to say she is easy to learn, hard to master. And then we're going to put the list in. Bolden that with a little dash. Oh, I don't know. I'll be real honest. I don't know what her advanced tactics would be because she's not that advanced. Bolden that up, put a little dash, and then bolden that up to have killer recommendations with a little dash. Okay. Do I put in the Vommy Mommy? Because that's what she's called sometimes. Like I said. Like, did I say that? Oh, wow. Okay. We're spacing out just a little bit. The basics and advanced. So what exactly are we going to do here? So I don't have a blurb just yet. We'll get back to that in a sec. Well, not a sec, once we do this. What are the basics? The basics of this killer is infecting things and utilizing that infection to weaken their opponent. So, vomit on everything. Period. That's a good start. So, let's see. Vile Purge. Your Vile Purge is your... Well, I like your Vile Purge. Don't want to use this shift button that's all the way on the other side of the P, because I'm only using one hand here with the mouse. Your Vile Purge infects since infects survivors by contact, you will want to spread it on everything. Period. Vomit on everything. Since your Vile Purge infects survivors by contact, you will need to spread it on everything. I mean, that's kind of it. Okay, no, because once okay, I'm kind of thinking something here. Because the simple stuff is vomit on everything once they've become fully infected. That's a D, not an S. Once they become infected, you want to either use your ranged Corrupt Purge to hit them or down them yourself. For the advanced tactics are... No, basic is just managing between Vile and Corrupt. Learning your timings. Knowing when to ingest the Corrupt Purge, ingest and get a Corrupt Purge versus infecting everything first. And then the advanced stuff comes from some extra tidbits that I didn't really utilize, but still we'll talk about. Vomit on everything. Since your vile purge infects survivors by contact, you will need to spread it on everything. Once survivors... No. No, that's not it. Once survivor... Because technically you don't get your corrupt purge until they've cleansed. Once they are fully infected and broken, once they are fully putting this together is actually a little bit, because the flow state of the read, you know, it's a little. God, I'm being pretentious in this, aren't I? Such a pretentious writer. Didn't think I would be, but I am. Oh, this is. Okay, vomit on everything. Since your vile purge infects survivors by contact, you will need to spread it on everything. Even during a chase, comma, vomiting on the surroundings and survivor themselves will quicken the infection rate. Period. Once fully infected and broken, a takedown will be easy. I think quick would be, or should be. Should be quick. How do you do takedown? Takedowns with a little dash, and themselves. Is it themselves or themselves? Alright, even during a chase, vomiting on the surroundings, and survivor themselves. Let me take out. And survivor will quicken the infection rate. Once fully infected and broken, because broken needs to be capitalized because that's a stat. Oops, nope. That's a status. And broken, a takedown should be quick. I'm trying to think. I am really trying to think if... You know what? And that's what we'll do. We'll do a second little tab, because that's with the vomiting and the vile purge. Now we talk about the corrupt purge. And then the advanced is the management of it, and also being aware of them cleansing, because a little trick that I didn't do when I was playing, because it's something I completely forgot of doing, is that when a pool of devotion gets used, it becomes visible on the map. So you can, if you hear something, look around for a pool of devotion that may or may not have been there before if you were paying enough attention. But that's going to be a weird sentence to put together. And that's not a very useful tactic. I will point that out first and foremost. It is a it is a very ineffective, but can work in some cases, match. In some match? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay. So, okay, where do I start with the corrupted purge? That's what it's called, right? Special ingest corruption. Corrupt purge. Alright. We're definitely going to say when a survivor, because they will. So, when a survivor cleanses themselves of infection in a pool of devotion, you will get the chance to consume the pool, fountain, and upgrade your purge ability. Period. Okay, that sounds about right. When a survivor cleanses themselves of infection in a pool, that's a B, when in a pool of devotion, you will get the chance to consume the fountain and upgrade your, I'm gonna purge ability. Instead of infecting, it will deal damage to survivors hit by it. Period. Now, I do wonder. Okay, let me think here. Do we... No, we'll go into the management stuff now in the advanced. I think after that is a comma. Instead of infecting, it will deal damage to survivors hit by it. Yeah, that's fine. What's a tactic here? A loose... Ooh, loose makes sense. Shaking. I mean, technically, yes. Shaking... What's it called again? It is Corrupt Purge. I was going to say shaking it about, widen the area, but that's... you can figure that one. That one's actually easy enough as it is. But, okay. Survivor cleanses themselves of infection. In pool devotion, you will get a chance to consume the fountain and upgrade your purge ability. Instead of infecting, it will deal damage to survivors hit by it. Either utilize... Ooh, there we go. Wait a minute. Either utilizing this... I don't know if you heard that, but the neighbor yelled. I heard that, and it just completely knocked me out of what I was doing there. Corrupt Purge as a finishing 1-2 punch. No, it's... after a hit, or downing a fully infected survivor me go over that. Either utilizing this Corrupt Purge as a finishing 1-2 punch after hitting a survivor, or downing a fully infected one. Okay, now how do we end this sentence? How do we end this sentence? Is a good use of this ability. Is a good use of this ability. Period. There we go. There we go. Okay. So there's our basic. Just vomit on everything. Since your Vile Purge infects survivors by contact, you will need to spread it on everything. I used everything twice. On all over. Even during a chase, vomiting on the surroundings and survivor will quicken the infection rate. Once fully infected and broken, a takedown should be quick. When the survivor cleanses themselves of infection in a pool of devotion, you will get the chance to consume the fountain and upgrade your purge ability. Instead of infecting, it will deal damage to survivors hit by it, either utilizing the Corrupt Purge as a finishing 1-2 punch after hitting a survivor, or downing a fully infected one is a good use of this ability. Alright, so now into the advance. So how do we do that? Because I was going to say managing the balance, but that doesn't sound right. Something the balance. Balancing between both Vile and Corrupt Purge. Yeah, that would work. Balancing between both Vile / Corrupt Purge is... Ooh. Okay, balancing between both Vile and I think and Corrupt Purge is where the trickiness comes in. No, between both Vile, I'm gonna at least capitalize these. And also I didn't realize, I'm gonna actually close my window now, because if I'm hearing yard work being done outside, I don't want to hear it. Ugh. And also, the breeze is coming in, it suddenly became really, really cold instead of cooling off. But I mean, the room cooled off enough to where I feel more comfortable, so I can close the window now. It's actually quite cold outside. I should be okay for the rest of the stream here. Balancing between both Vile and Corrupt Purge is what? Is the trick to understanding this killer? I don't want to say mastering this killer, because this is advanced, not mastery. There's not really a mastery to it. Balancing between both Vile and Corrupt Purge is... tricky. Tricky? Is your goal. I think is your goal is probably a good choice. Okay. If you... Oh, that's probably it. If you don't infect enough people, your corrupt purge... your damaging purge. If you don't infect enough people, your damaging purge ability won't be as useful. If you don't infect enough people, your damaging purge ability won't be as effective. Period. And then purge, obviously, won't be as effective. Although, if you don't No, I was going to say you won't be able to use your damaging purge unless you actually infect people. Alternatively, you won't even be able to use this ability if not enough people have been infected in the first place. Period. Alright, does that sound right? Balancing between both vile and corrupt purge is your goal. If you don't infect enough people, if you don't infect enough people, it's not you are, it's your. That's why there we go. If you don't infect enough people, your damaging purge ability won't be as effective. Alternatively, you won't even be able... Alternatively, that needs a comma. Alternatively, you won't even be able to use this ability if not enough people have been infected in the first place. So what is the solution to this? So, because I've laid out the trick, the problem, what is the solution? What is the solution? Fuck. Crap, and I also just did realize there is a mastery to this. God damn it. No. So I do have to actually put a mastery in as well. Shit. Here, you... Go. Fucking there. There is a mastery. Alright, but we'll get to that in a sec. Alright, what is the solution? What is the solution? Try to keep in mind that... try to keep in mind... Try to keep in mind... Keeping in mind... Pay attention... Ooh, pay attention to how many... Yep. Pay attention to how many survivors... It was going to be... I was going to say survivor tokens, but survivor what? Pay attention to how many survivor images. What are the things on the side of the screen that... What are they called? What the fuck are they called? Survivor portraits? Portraits to see how many are infected. Period. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits. That doesn't make sense. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits that sentence didn't make sense on that. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits are infected. Are infected. Period. If enough of them become broken, that should be a good indicator as to whether or not if enough of them become broken, this should indicate whether or not you should upgrade to... Fuck. No, wait a minute. I forgot the lead up. If enough of them become broken, this should be... If no, something's not right on that. If the majority become broken, is that what? If the majority becomes broken, now would be a good opportunity? Or this... If enough become broken, if enough of them become broken, oh, that's a control. B. Take this opportunity to upgrade your purge and clean no take this opportunity. Okay, let me read. Balancing between both vile and corrupt purge is your goal. If you don't infect enough people, you're damaging... Why is there an A there? Purge ability won't be as effective. Alternatively, you won't even be able to use this ability if not enough people have been infected in the first place. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits are infected. If enough players become... If the majority of players become broken, if enough players become broken, I keep forgetting what the sentence finishes as. If enough players become broken, then upgrade your purge and hunt them all down. Period. Does that work? Then upgrade your purge and hunt them all down. I like the then hunt them all down part, but if enough players become broken, use this advantage Oh, this is annoying. This is annoying me. Balancing between violence. If you don't infect in the face, pay attention to how many survivor portraits are infected. If enough players become broken. Then your corrupt purge, then upgrading to corrupt purge, then upgrading to corrupt purge, that's would be a good strategy. Would be then consider upgrading to corrupt purge. How many survivor fortunes are infected? If enough players become broken, upgrading this sentence isn't coming together. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits are infected if enough players become broken. Because I like this. If enough players become broken, take this time to upgrade your purge and go on the offensive. Ooh! Take this time. If enough players become broken, upgrade to corrupt purge and go. There we go. Upgrade to corrupt purge and go on the offensive. Period. Think that works. I think that works. Balancing between both violent and corrupt purge is your goal. If you don't infect enough people, your damaging purge won't be as effective. Alternatively, you won't even be able to use this ability if not enough people have been infected in the first place. Pay attention to how many survivor portraits are infected. If enough players become broken, upgrade to corrupt purge and go on the offensive. All right. That works. I like that sentence. Now we actually go into the mastery, which I wasn't expecting to do a mastery, but there is. So let me take a drink of water. Oh, I'm also realizing I'm starting to get kind of hungry. I could go for a snack. Good thing the stream is going to be over quite soon. Oh, wait, I still need to do the blurb. It doesn't matter. The stream will be over soon enough. Maybe in the next 10 to 15 minutes. All right. You can get subtle map information from your infection. And pool statuses. Period. You can get subtle map information from your infection and pool statuses. Does it keep track? Yeah, keep track of some of the things you have vomited on. Keep track of some of the things you have vomited on. Period. If you see a survivor suddenly become infected, you will know they have touched something, interacted with something, that is has been vomited on. Period. Alright. There's a couple tweaks I need to do with the rest of that. If you see a survivor suddenly become infected, you will know they have interacted with something that has been vomited on. So, okay, you can get some. Keep track of some of the things you have infected. If you see your survivor suddenly become sick, survivors portrait suddenly becomes sick, you will know they have interacted with something that has been vomited on. Wait, no. If you see a survivor portrait suddenly become sick, you will know they have interacted with something that has been vomited on, and you can intercept them. That turns into a bit of a run-on sentence. You can then backtrack and intercept that's probably, you can then backtrack and intercept someone and intercept the survivor. Yeah, we'll just go the survivor. That, and then we'll do a second little tab there because technically this counts as two different things. No, no, because it says from infection and pool statuses. When a survivor cleanses themselves of infection, a loud noise will trigger, period. Using that information, no. A loud noise will trigger, and a pool of devotion will highlight itself. in white. Period. It's going to be and pool of devotion, highlight itself. I think we're just going to keep it with highlight itself. If you're able to keep track of what is and isn't highlighted, no. If you're able to keep track is fine. If you're able to keep track of the pools, you will have okay, I think actually there's a shifting thing going on here. So let me think here. If you're able to keep portion of something becomes sick, interact with something that has been vomited on, you can then backtrack and intercept the survivor. When a survivor cleanses themselves of infection, a loud noise will trigger and a pool of devotion will highlight itself. And that pool of devotion will highlight itself. If you're able to keep track of the pools, you can if you're able to keep track of the pools, you can ooh, okay. If you're able to keep track of the pools, you can then you'll I think you'll have an estimate on their location. An estimate on their location. Period. I think that's all that I need to do with that. Because the mastery part of Plague with the information gathering, that's a useful but still very minor and hard to pull off tech stuff. So that's in the mastery section. That's not going to come into play the majority of your play. It's mostly the basics and advanced that come up, but this is helpful as well. All right. So now we need the blurb. What is the blurb here? Though she's not regarded as one of the stronger killers, comma, the plague can be quite a tricky killer to avoid. Period. Okay, no, that's... What the fuck? No, there. There, and the P. Stronger killer? Yeah, no. Tricky killer to avoid. Oh, little dip there with something. What's that? Everything good? Everything should be fine. Though she's not regarded as one of the stronger killers, the plague can be quite a tricky killer to go against. Go against. Period. Okay. It's a good start. We need something else. Come on. Come on, brain. Work with me. Though she's not regarded as one of the stronger killers, the plague can be quite a tricky killer to go against. With how much vomit? With how much bile? Ooh. With how much bile she... I was going to say expunges, but expunges isn't the right word for that either. With how much bile... But I don't know. No, actually, that doesn't work either. Though she's not regarded as one of the stronger killers, the plague can be quite a tricky killer to go against. Opponent. Don't want to double up on killer there. Though she might not be... No, I've already used though as a start in the sentence. She might not be for everybody, but I still find a place in my heart. She might not be for everybody, but... Yeah, but this doesn't go into kind of what she is. She controls... No, she denies... She's an area denial. Let me do a little save there. Just in case. Though she's not regarded as one of the stronger killers, the plague can be quite a tricky opponent to go against. With the constant looming threat of her infectious bile. Right? Yeah, that's okay. With the looming threat of her infectious bile, I'm gonna comma that. Bile. She has a... Yep, that's my phone. With the looming threat of her infectious bile, she can control or deny. Deny, I think, would be... She can deny objectives. Deny objectives and She can deny objectives and shut down escape strategies? I wouldn't say that she does that. She definitely can deny objectives and slow down. I do think slow down. Slow down. Momentum? Yeah. I think slow down momentum. She might not be everyone's favorite, comma, but she still holds a place in my heart. Period. She might not be everyone's favorite, but she still holds a place in my heart. I think that sounds okay. Let's read it over. The Plague, easy to learn, hard to master. Though she's not regarded as one of the stronger killers, the Plague can be quite a tricky opponent to go against. With the looming threat of her infectious bile, she can deny objectives and slow down momentum. She might not be everyone's favorite, but she still holds a place in my heart. I'm not too keen on having she and she too close together. It's her something. Play style, I think. Play style might not be everyone's favorite, but she still holds a place. I think that works. All right, that works for me. I can close that off. Okay. The basics. Vomit on everything. Since your Vile Purge infects survivors by contact, you will need to spread it all over. Even during a chase, vomiting on the surroundings and survivor will quickly Even during a chase, vomiting on the surroundings and survivor will quicken the infection rate. Once fully infected and broken, a takedown should be quick. When a survivor cleanses themselves of infection in a pool of devotion, you will get the chance to consume the fountain and upgrade your purge ability. Instead of infecting, you will deal damage to survivors by hitting it. Them. Either utilizing this corrupt purge as a finishing 1-2 punch after hitting a survivor, or downing a fully infected one is a good use of this ability. I'm going to say fully broken. That makes a more logical sense. Advanced. Balancing between both vile and corrupt purge is your goal. If you don't infect enough people, your damaging purge ability won't be as effective. Alternatively, you won't even be able to use this ability if not enough people have been infected in the first place. Pay attention to how many survivors' portraits are infected. If enough players become broken, which gets capitalized, upgrade to Corrupt Purge and go on the offensive. Mastery. You can get subtle map information from your infection and pool statuses. Keep track of some of the things you have infected. If you see a survivor portrait suddenly become sick, you will know they have interacted with something that has been vomited on. You can then backtrack and intercept the survivor. When a survivor cleanses themselves of infection, a loud noise will trigger, and that pool of devotion will highlight itself. If you're able to keep track of the pools, you'll have an estimate on their location. I think that turned out fine. I think that turned out as best as I could for the Purge. That turned out well. Okay, let's do a little save. Actually, before we do a little save, let's see the little preview there. Perfect. Nicely organized. Let me go back to the edit. Okay. So who... She's another one of the unique killers here. Who exactly would you want to play as after the plague? Well, we're dealing with infections, so things like Nemesis and the Mastermind could be considered good advanced, good next steps. But I'd say maybe the Nemesis. Nemesis is more... I wouldn't say that's a step up. And Mastermind... Yeah, you know what? Nemesis and Mastermind, we'll put that on. How do I spell Nemesis? Like that? Alright. The Nemesis. The Mastermind. I know the Kresu is going to be on this as well. Oh, you know what? The Unknown kind of has a little bit of the plague sprinkled in there. So, yeah, let's go with the Unknown. Known and the Kresu. So you spell Kresu. Gotta get used to that. Boom. Ding. Done. That is the plague ticked off and finished. Saved all of that. Let me actually... where does the plague go on that list, though? She goes after the spirit. So she goes right here. There's still a couple people... There's still a couple people in between her and some other places. But that is the plague done. And then I will go over to... Fuck, I closed the site off as well. Let me go over... Remove the plague from my spinny wheel. And that'll be it for today. We actually, despite us only putting 2 entries in the guide here, we did do a couple good matches for some of the things, some of the people. So yeah, we looked at the Nightmare, but that's gonna have to... I need to work on that. I need to play more of the Nightmare in order to fully understand them. That's a lot of stuff to keep on track of. It's a lot of menuing. Then we went and properly did the Executioner, which has their guide in there. And now we've done the Plague, which is now up and about as well. So I am quite happy. We may have only entered 2, but we technically have done 3.